After watching this story, I would love to know what part of the story got to you the most. Please drop it down the comment section below. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I want to use this opportunity to thank all my subscribers and those who deem it fit to comment. And I want you to know that I love you all and God bless you. Chibuike stood proudly beside Amanda as he introduced her to his family. He has been waiting for this moment for months, the moment when he would finally bring the love of his life into the fold of his family. Amanda, a kind-hearted school teacher, was everything Chibuike had ever wanted in a wife. She was gentle, caring, had a soft beauty that captivated him. He was certain she was the one he was meant to marry. But his mother, Ijele, did not share the same enthusiasm. I don't like her, Ijele said coldly as she surveyed Amanda, who stood nervously by Chibuike's side. Her voice was steady, but carried a venomous tone. Chibuike frowned, confused by his mother's harsh judgment. Why, Mama? He asked, his voice tinged with disbelief. I know a winch when I see one, Ijele replied, her eyes narrowing in suspicion. You may not see it now, but she will bring you nothing but trouble. I can feel it in my bones. Amanda felt the tension in the room rise, and as she glanced at Chibuike for reassurance, he gave her a small apologetic smile. Though his heart was heavy, he knew his mother's opinion was important to her, and it hurt to see her so disapproving of the women he loved. But Chibuike, despite his mother's warning, was deeply in love with Amanda. His mother had chased every other woman that he had brought to the house, and now it's Amanda. He couldn't bear the thought of giving her up. They had been dating for 2 years, and he had already decided that Amanda was the woman he wanted to spend the rest of his life with. Please, Mama, Chibuike pleaded. Don't you see how happy she makes me? Why can't you just try to accept her? Ijele remained silent, her eyes fixed on Amanda. You will regret this, Chibuike. Mark my words. After Amanda's meeting with Chibuike's mother, Chibuike went into the room to speak with his mother. Mother, what is the problem? I've brought several women to this house, and you keep disapproving all of them. Is there a problem? I gave you the chance to bring me a wife. I told you that anyone you choose, I'll be fine with it. But still, you haven't done anything about it. I'm getting older by the day. All my mates are married with two, three children. I want you to get a good wife, Ijele said. Not all these prostitutes that parade themselves to be good girls. Oh, Mama, Amanda is a good girl. Amanda has proven to be one of the most hardworking, beautiful, and diligent girl I've met. Mama, I can't live without Amanda. My son, listen to your mother. Amanda is not good for you. These women, they are not good for you. If you're getting old and so, who said that you must get married at a young age? You're just 36, my son. Take your time. I just want you not to make mistake. Mama, I'm so sorry. But this time around, I don't think I'll listen to you. I'm getting married to Amanda and that's fine now. Despite his mother's disapproval, Chibuike and Amanda went ahead with their plans. They got married in a small ceremony surrounded by friends and a few family members. Ijele, though present, never showed any warmth towards Amanda. The tension in the air was palpable, and the rest of the family seemed to echo Ijele's resentment, avoiding Amanda at every turn. After the wedding, Chibuike and Amanda relocated to a nearby city to start their new life together, hoping to escape the hostility from his family. For the first time in months, Amanda felt a sense of peace. She loved Chibuike deeply, and despite the challenge they faced, she believed they could build a beautiful life together. However, things took a strange turn shortly after their arrival in the new city. From the first week of her marriage, Amanda began to feel strange. It started with mild headache, but soon her body seemed to betray her in ways she couldn't understand. She found herself becoming increasingly fatigued, and her once vibrant spirit began to fade. Every day felt like a struggle. Chibuike was concerned, of course, but no matter how much he urged Amanda to see a doctor, the illness persisted. It was as if something invisible was draining the life from her. Amanda couldn't explain it, and she wondered if it had something to do with the way his family treated her. Ijele's curses were not spoken directly to Amanda, but they were felt in every word, in every glance. She would never have children, Ijele would mutter under her breath whenever Amanda passed by. She's barren, empty. Those words haunted Amanda, but she held on to hope. She tried to push through the physical pain and exhaustion. However, the strain began to take its toll on her. Eventually, the sickness became so severe that she couldn't even get out of bed. Chibuike, though worried, was helpless. He had no idea what was happening to his wife, and the sickness seemed to defy all medical attention. As time passed, Amanda began to lose all hope. She had seen multiple doctors, but none could explain what was happening to her. The doctors told her she had some medical complications, but they weren't certain of the cause. The illness made it impossible for Amanda to conceive, and as the months dragged on, Ijele's cruel words about her barrenness became a constant echo in her mind. Then, as if by some miracle, Amanda became pregnant. It was as though the heavens themselves had decided to intervene. Amanda could hardly believe it at first. She had been told by everyone, including Ijele, that she would never have children. But there she was, carrying Chibuike's child. For a brief moment, Amanda felt as if her life might finally be turning around. She allowed herself to dream of the family she and Chibuike could build, of the love they would share with their child. But Ijele's hatred grew even stronger. The day Amanda went into labor should have been one of the happiest of her life. She was finally going to hold her child in her arms. But as she gave birth, the unthinkable happened. Chibuike, the man she loved more than anything, suddenly collapsed. Amanda screamed for help, but it was too late. Chibuike was dead. The cause of death was unclear. Doctors couldn't pinpoint an exact reason for his sudden collapse. It seemed like a cruel, tragic twist of fate. Amanda was left in a daze. She had just brought a child into the world, only to lose the man she had married. Her heart shattered into a million pieces, and the pain she felt was unbearable. In the days that followed, Amanda was subjected to cruelty like she had never experienced. Chibuike family, including Ijele, wasted no time in making her feel unwelcome. Her mother-in-law, the woman who had once warned her of the curse she would bring upon her son, now reveled in her grief. After Chibuike's untimely death, Amanda's life spiraled into chaos. Grief-stricken and vulnerable, she clung to the only thing she had left, her newborn son. But her in-laws, especially Ijele, were far from done with her. They began to fight fiercely for custody of her child. They accused her of being a witch, of bringing bad luck into their family. "You killed my son," she would hiss at Amanda. They insisted she must swear in a dreaded shrine to prove her innocence. The pressure was intense, but Amanda didn't face it alone. Her mother, Mama Ebere, stood like a rock beside her, a woman of deep faith. She reminded Amanda of one thing: when men chase you to the shrine, run to the altar. Instead of following them to the shrine, Amanda and her mother retreated to the small prayer room in their home. Together they began midnight prayers, binding every spiritual attack with fasting and intercession. They ran to their church pastor, a man gifted with revelation. As they poured out their hearts, the pastor knelt quickly and prayed. Then one night he called them back urgently. "God has opened my eyes," he said solemnly. "The root of the problem goes deeper than you know, Amanda. Your late husband was spiritually chained by his mother." The pastor revealed what God showed him. Many years ago, Ijele had made a covenant. Her first son, Chibuike, was offered as a spiritual exchange for fruitfulness and wealth. When her husband died, she suffered alone with her four children, with no means of feeding or catering for them. Ijele wanted her children to become wealthy and do well in life. and a friend introduced her to a shrine where she swore to an oath that her first son Chibuike will not marry or have a child in exchange for money and for wealth for all her children. She swore an oath that he would never marry or father a child. Anyone who tried to break that curse would die. And when Amanda conceived, the curse was triggered. That death was meant for you, the pastor said gravely. But your mother prayer diverted it. Her midnight cries were heard in heaven. Amanda broke down in tears. Her mother love had literally saved her life. As if the battle weren't enough, Amanda's baby boy fell seriously ill. He refused to eat. His eyes rolled back often, and strange cries erupted from him at midnight. Doctors could find no explanation. Amanda rushed back to the pastor with her mother. He looked at the child and sighed. This is no ordinary illness. We must seek the face of God. He declared a 7 days fasting and prayer chain. Amanda, her mother, and a few prayer warriors joined in. They prayed day and night, anointing the child, rejecting death. On the seventh night, just before midnight, something strange happened. Ijele, who had arrogantly chased out Amanda, suddenly became agitated in her home. She began screaming, convulsing, throwing objects. Her children rushed to her side, confused and terrified. Then, with a wild eye and a voice that weren't hers, she began to confess. I killed him. I killed Chibuike. I made covenant years ago to sacrifice his manhood for wealth. He must not marry. Amanda was not supposed to conceive. Her child must not live. I sent the spirit of death to exchange for her life. But her mother's her prayer blocked it. The curse reversed. Her voice turned into cries and groans. I was told to kill the child to save my soul. That's why I wanted the baby. As she screamed, foam formed in her mouth. Her eyes rolled back. Her children watched, too stunned to speak. Then silence. Ijele fell into the floor, dead. News of Ijele's sudden death and her shocking confession spread like wildfire. Those who had accused Amanda of witchcraft now covered their faces in shame. At church, the pastor gathered Amanda, her mother, and the baby boy before the altar. The enemy tried to steal your joy, he declared, but God turned the trap against the trapper. Amanda wept. For the first time in months, peace washed over her. Her child was safe, her name was cleared, and the curse that followed her family had been broken. She lifted her baby and said, Your name will be Chibuike. God is great. Because truly, only God could have done this. Years passed. Amanda raised her son with love and deep spiritual grounding. Her mother, now called Mama Prayer Warrior in the community, became a mentor to young women. Amanda eventually remarried a kind, godly man who treated her and her son as royalty. Chibuike grew up strong, wise, and deeply anointed. He often told others, My life is a testimony that prayer works, because the devil tried to kill me before I could crawl. And every time Amanda saw her son, she whispered with tears in her eyes, Thank you, Mama. Thank you for standing with me when everyone else turned their back. Your prayer saved me.